Alright, so this is gonna be a real easy video. So, after testing them out in Mirror Dungeon 2, I'm pretty sure these three Walpurgis Knight IDs and egos are pretty much busted. Yeah, they're just either really good or insane. So, let's start off with Hooklu first. Hooklu's benefit compared to a lot of other characters is that he straight up can just start popping off from round 1. He doesn't have any unique requirements needed, like he doesn't need to gain a tremor count, he doesn't need to gain charge count to do anything. He doesn't even need bleed count on anyone in order to do anything. What he needs is just speed, and this is pretty much similar to Lobotomy Ego Faust. Lobotomy Ego Faust also just wants to be really fast, and that's not really even why she's that good. Her coinage is just very good, and this guy's coinage is honestly just decent. But this guy, he can naturally be fast, 3 to 7 speed, and then he on use gain 2 haste. And then if you use something like Crow's Eye View or pretty much whatever speed boosters you have, you are going to get a lot of value bringing him along. You can pretty much bring him with Sancdon. They both like speed a lot. And he also has quite a few pride options here, so she would really love him on the team as well. And this guy is mainly used as a boss nuker, I would say. In most other situations, he just does pretty okay damage. It's just whenever he's trying to finish off someone, that's when his damage output spikes to a crazy amount. Yep. So against bosses, right, some abnormalities, if they have a part that you can break and keep hitting afterwards, then this skill here is insane because it will always get 50% extra damage. It is based on the part's HP. So this thing here is just dumb, alright? You can ignore the coin power part. You can just look at the target missing HP part. You basically do like Mind Whip level of damage without any setup at all. All you need is someone kind of low and you can pretty much go ham on him. So this is already a very solid DPS, and he's a 2-star, so you will just get him and then you can just slap him in if you do not want to bring any of the other busted ass Honglu IDs like Ting Tang, K-Corp, KK Corp. Yeah, there's like so many good Honglu IDs that this one pretty much, if you want, you just bring him along as a boss slayer. Like, this thing here shreds bosses, and if the elements are correct, then you're going to shred even harder. So ultimately, this ID is very simple. He just goes fast, and then he kills people. Yep, as simple as that. He competes with, probably, I would say, maybe KK, and a little bit of Ting Tang, because Ting Tang also just wants to kill people. KK straight up just wants to kill people. But Ting Tang can clash. That's the thing. The other 2-stars don't want to clash if possible. Their coins aren't super amazing like his Shank or Mutilate, but their damage output is very, very good if they can one-sidedly hit someone. So these two are practically fighting each other. He wins a lot more if you're fighting a boss, and he just wins in general, right? So yeah, it's up to you. I really uptied to 4. I think he's very, very strong. Right, besides that, right, I think maybe for a new player, one good thing about him is that he is a triple pierce. We have very few triple pierce options that are budget for new players. So this is actually one of the first triple pierce options. So if you are lacking in triple pierce, you definitely want to get this one. I think besides that, you only have to look for like 3 stars to get a very good piercer. Thankfully, there are quite a lot of very good piercers now that are easily sparkable for you. Yep. Right. So, Hooklu talked about. Let's talk about Masault's Regret Ego. So, Regret Ego, I was a bit skeptical because of all of this text up here being a bit situational. And then after that, I realized that actually you can just ignore all of this, and then you can just look at this passive, gain 2 coin power on this unit's leftmost skill. So to get this argument out of the way, this unit refers to Masault. So you cannot give this to someone else, alright? Only Masault will get this coin power. And this coin power is game changing. It makes any Masault with a lot of coins, and Masaults in general just get a lot of coins. You are just going to get massive amounts of value because of this thing here, right? So just for reference, right, let's look at one of the most popular assaults, Rhino. So Rhino people usually bring just because you can get some pretty good element coverage. For example, if you're running the W Corp team, you can actually go into Refraction Railway and you can just run all purple and all gloom, and it's a pretty easy clear. That is what I did for my sub 150 clear, and it's just pretty consistent and really easy. So what he does, right, is with that ego, he becomes crazy. So let's look at skill 1 first. So because the base power is -1 and the coin power is +2, it's always a win. You lose 1 here, you gain 2 here. So this move from 11 becomes 8 here and 4 here, becomes 12. So you just gained 1 in total. That is already 1 above average, and Massault is the one doing it, alright? Moving on to skill 2. You do not gain coin power from any of his abilities here, but since you have 3 coins here, a +2 here is worth so much more than -1 here. So it becomes 4 here, becomes 5 here. 5, 10, 15, 19. 19 on a skill 2. But this is not the main one I want to look at. I want to look at Rhino Ram, because Rhino Ram comes with charge count. And charge count gives you coin power +2. Oh my goodness. You get +2 here, and an additional +2 on top of that. This is disgusting. This drops to 5, this goes up to 7 if you have 10 charge count. And if you're running the W Corp team, this is definitely going to be very easy for you to get. So what you're going to do is you get 7, 14, 21, 21 plus 5, 26 on a skill tree on a Massault. On Massault. That is important to note. Massault never hits this number on any character because he's always a bruiser commander type, where he always just uses his egos and stuff to pop it off. But yeah, this character is just, whew, Rhino plus 1 use of regret and you're done. He becomes a DPS. You don't even need to uptie regret that high. You just uptie until you get the coin power and then you're good to go. Like, it's such a budget ego for the value it gives if you ignore literally everything else about it. Like, oh, I can do burst tremor stuff. No. Get that out of the way. Coin power. That's the stuff. This 4 minus speed, right? You just kind of ignore. You don't give a shit about it. If it happens, it happens. You can do your base ego, Chains of Others, into Regret Ego. That will also give you this 1 blunt power up. But that's quite expensive for a very low amount of value. So I would just say give it to any character with a lot of coins for Massault. And that is pretty much like anyone, honestly. You can run Rose Banner if you want to get some burst tremor stuff. You can run Liu section just to get more buffs to his massive amount of coins. 2, 2, 3 here, you just give a bunch of coin power to him. Then you can also just give it to W Massault and make him into, I think like his skill tree goes up to like 26 or something also. So it really kind of matches up with the rest of the W Corp skill trees as well, being crazy busted if you can get charge count on them. So yeah, it's just really good. Really good ego. If you are going to bring Massault, you definitely bring this. There is no question about it. This is way better than Screw Loose Wallop. Screw Loose Wallop requires a lot of usage. That is a lot of energy. So it's really hard. But Regret, you pay once and you're good to go. And you don't even need to uptie that much. You uptie once and you're done. 25 thread to get 2 coin power. The best trade deal of my life. Alright. So Regret Ego, if you like Massault, feel free to bring. If you don't like Massault, then yeah, don't bother with it. But if Massault ever gets a very damaging ID, or an ID with a million coins for some reason, then yeah, Regret Ego is going to make that ID into some insane clasher and insane damage dealer with whatever the ID is also providing. So honestly, just to future-proof my Massault, I went ahead and got it. Yeah. So this is honestly just, yeah, it's up to you. Like if you're not in any rush, there's currently like no reason to get a Massault because he does take a while to get going. But I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you. I would say it's a very good ego, and if you have the spare lunacy, then go ahead. And if you can't get it, then just go and farm your shots. All right. There is no rush. Unless you really want to push Refraction Railway to like 70 or 80 turns, then yeah, you might want to start pulling for some of, well, mostly just Faust, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Faust is just the main one, because she shreds through a lot of bosses in this Refraction Railway. Yep. Alright, and then let's talk about Faust. So Faust, very simply, just busted, alright? So I think a lot of people mentioned that if you use your skill 2 and you land your hit onto multiple enemies because of this +1 attack weight, you actually get to 6 tremor count gain, which means that if you metallic ringing and you get the hits on both of them, you will be able to get your metallic ringing again. You get to maintain your tremor count, which is really good. Yeah, that's just really good, because you apply a bunch of debuffs and you get to use this again. Good maintenance. Skill 1, on the other hand, it's just pretty much your standard charging move, and then skill 3 is the big one. It's something you want to actually set up for, and you want to ideally look for enemies that are weak to Ref, because I did try this in Mirror Dungeon and I think I got Chromer, and Chromer resists Blunt. So it was a bit sad to see her do not that much damage, but at the same time I was in Mirror Dungeon, and with the Tremor Burst synergy from this Faust here, I basically applied around 10 defense level down every time I smacked with this character. So it was just ridiculous. 10 defense level down is basically 3 fragility. I'm doing 3 fragility worth of extra damage because of my Faust existing on my team. So that is just extremely good supporting, just by existing. I love it when my Faust just stands there, does nothing, and still helps the team. And even then, right, she is charging up and preparing for a disgusting multi-hit blow here. If the boss you get, right, has multiple parts, they are going to explode. I basically did Ninclair damage onto a boss because I have AoE. And if you are willing to micro in Mirror Dungeon, and you're willing to do your skill 1 into skill 2 into like skill 3 or something like that, then yeah, you will definitely output a lot of damage. But if you are a win rater, she does kind of suck, because the win rate will always prioritize skill 3 and skill 2 most of the time. So not a very good win rate character, but for manual bossing, Refraction Railway, hell yes, definitely you want to bring her along. The damage output here is amazing. I honestly do not need to say anything about this. Everyone who's seen this character on YouTube or something as a showcase knows she is disgusting. Alright? It's very simple. She applies defense level down, she does a billion damage, she applies a bunch of tremor count, she applies plus coin drop, like, say no more. This character, yeah, this is just crazy. And yeah, it sucks if you cannot get her this rotation, because she is very good. Very good. Right. Okay, so besides that, that is it, I think. Pretty much all you have to do is just get her. Like, that's the main thing to get. Like, if you don't get Assault and you don't get Hooklu, well, yeah, it's whatever. Hooklu, honestly, you'll probably get him anyway. But for Faust, yeah, definitely the highest priority pull in this entire Walpurgis banner, with Regret being a very strong ego that any Muscle will love. And if in the future one Muscle, just one Muscle, decides I want to have a 3 coin and a 4 coin on 2 of my skills, just like Otis here, it's over. That Muscle is going to go crazy, with Regret Ego buffing all of his coins to maybe one of our top DPS's levels. Yep. Alright, so that is it for the review, honestly. I have had a lot of fun testing these 3 out, and they're just all super strong and super fun. So you definitely will not regret pulling this banner. Right, okay, I think that is it for this video. I have nothing else to say. You can leave a comment on whatever crazy damage numbers you've hit with your Faust, and that will be all, I think. Yep. Alright, thank you everyone for watching, and goodbye. Bye bye.